Yet the New Zealand Wars raged across the whole of the The main body of the New Zealand Wars took place between 1843 and 1872. My generation didn't learn much about them at school. What we did learn was a sanitised version, supporting New Zealand's reputation as a paradise of racial harmony. The wars, we were told, were nice, clean little fights with gloves on, after which Maori and Pākehā kissed, made up and lived happily ever after. Real wars, like real history, were supposed to happen overseas. Yet the New Zealand Wars raged across the whole of the North Island for almost 30 years, with heroism and massacre on both sides. They wrenched New Zealand history into new shapes. They left deep wounds, concealed but not healed by the scabs of legend, and we're still paying for them in more ways than one. The wars helped make Maori and Pākehā, lumping Maori tribes into a people and splitting Pākehā settlers off from the old British. They were New Zealand's great civil war, the grand clash of its two peoples. My name's James Bellich, and this is their story. These are veterans of the New Zealand Wars. There are few images of them at the time of conflict. They were old when the cameras caught up with them, young when they took up arms. Well into the 20th century, veterans still turned out to commemorate their deeds on New Zealand's battlefields. In 1908, one contingent of veterans marched through Wellington to celebrate Dominion Day. The same year, another turned out in Auckland to welcome the American Navy. They were joined by the Maori king Mahuta, a descendant of their arch-enemy. In 1911, more veterans paraded through New Plymouth's Pukakura Park. We need to see the real lives and real history behind these images. They are not mementos hanging on walls or hidden away in dusty photo albums, but real flesh and blood. The last vestiges of the men and women who fought the New Zealand Wars. They made history. We forgot it.